Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about being a little bit late. Just had to take care of a couple things. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here with Singer. I'm here with Slomo. I hear that there's some controversy, some controversy. I don't know, going on with a apparent big Xbox game coming to the PlayStation, coming over to the Pony Station. I'm kidding about it being the Pony Station. What's going on with that? What's happening here, boys?
Just the same old, same old. Xbox, slowly, dripping all their games over the PlayStation and pretending like, oh, we just a game or two. We just testing some things out. They're going to just keep doing that for like the next 3-4 years or so. You know how
Yeah,
it is. You know how it is.
testing in quotation marks.
Testing how to make this money off the
Exactly.
PlayStation. That's what they
Exactly.
testing. That's all they care about.
Let's make all the money, and I'm happy. And I actually had to
Are
hit
you?
tweet.
I'm sorry.
I had to hit tweet that was, that got a few people riled up, and it's because I said, Forza Horizon 5 was a good game 3 years ago. I'm glad people get to play it now.
Oh.
And it was
What you saying it's now a good game in 2024?
No, I'm saying it's a good game. I'm just saying it was a good game 3 years ago when I played it, right? Because I played it when it released. So it was a good game.
Isn't it a live service game? So shouldn't they want like people to continue playing it?
Well, they should, but they haven't released any DLC or anything for it, right? Like they only released Hot Wheels. They released Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels DLC, which is
but
and they got another one they're releasing this year.
Wait, there's another one this year?
Yeah.
Ooh,
wait, since when?
That's why it's going to be. Well, that's part of the reason why it's going to be at Gamescom next week.
I did want to say.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn, what did I want to say? Oh, I want to say that you know what's funny about what you said, Singer? That is a very like console player thing to say about like how PC guys get the games a little bit later. But they're getting like the superior version of the games and everything like that.
That is
I'm surprised to hear you say it like that, man.
Yeah.
Well, I say it like that because it was a cool game when I played it, and I played the superior version on PC. I played it on PC,
said that already, right? But what Luca is saying is that like the whole mentality is very unlike a PC gamer. It's much more like a console guy.
Well, it was because I was looking forward to the game, right? So I was going to play it day one, regardless of where it was. If it was on console and not on PC, I would have gone there instead, right? But as it so happens, the game. So if it's a game I'm excited about, I'm going to play day one regardless of anything else.
As you should, King.
But if it's a game and I'm sure on, I'll wait on it, right? Because I'm like, I'm not really excited for it, but I'm kind of like, yeah, I could play it, but I could wait. But Horizon was never a wait game. Like Space Marine 2 is not a wait game. I'm playing that day one, so yeah.
Got you. I understand completely what you're saying. Yeah, honestly speaking, who fucking cares? I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, who cares? Like, it's fucking Forza. I don't know.
It's a good game, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm sure it is. I have zero interest in it. You know what's crazy? I remember playing the game with Dealer one time, right? And like,
which game is this?
One of the Forza games. I can't remember which one, right? And
Dealer what year was it?
I don't remember, Slow.
Oh my gosh, you're so old.
Dealer asked me, I know. Dealer asked me to play, and as I was playing, I started getting like anxious because it was like it's going too fast, and I started, I've been in 5 car accidents, not hyperbole, actual truth, and so it freaked me out. I was like, oh,
you were starting to sweat.
Yeah, I started having like fucking like flashbacks, and I was like, oh brother, let me turn this shit off. So I played it for maybe like 11 minutes. Hey, shout out to me, Puppet member for 42 months, which is insane. I appreciate you, my boy. Yeah, so it yeah, but I just wanted to throw that little anecdote in there. But yeah, did they say it was going to be Forza, or are we just assuming?
No.
Well, okay, so
go on.
All right. There was definitely some talk months ago that around this time of year, sometime in August or September, that for a Forza game was going to go to PlayStation. This was something that like I had heard, and I was like, okay. So I just sat on and didn't say anything. Now the same people who were saying that are now saying they're not certain it's Forza. They do believe Forza is going over there eventually, but they're not certain that the game that everyone is talking about that will be announced next week is Forza. They think it might be like Flight Sim or Age of Empires or what's the other game they say that might be? Master Chief Collection. So it could be one of those games, but it's definitely another game. And this was something that like has been really, Xbox has been really planning behind the scenes for over a year. Like they're really starting to port a lot of their library over, and people just gotta accept it and stuff.
I heard that there was some like breakdowns this week. I didn't see anything for certain, but
breakdown
I heard that
of this stuff.
Yeah, breakdown like as
go ahead.
As in, some folks got a little bit upset about it. I don't know.
Oh, that kind of breakdown.
How you could still get upset about knowing what's gonna happen. Just like Thanos, this shit is fucking inevitable, man.
Yeah, for someone to still be upset about this in August when this has been going on since January, like you just, I mean, I mean, are these some of the people who were just like, you know, back in January, all this is fake, all these fake insiders, even though they like everyone who was saying it, they used to talk about them as like, you know, legit insiders. All these fake insiders don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then it came out.
Brother, I don't fucking remember. I don't remember who was saying what, man.
I just remember how the goalpost kept being moved and how it went from none of this stuff is true, they would never do that, to, oh, it's just these games. So what?
And I will say that was me. That was me and Sega. We were just like, who cares? It's these games. Who gives a fuck?
The thing is, though, I'm of the firm belief, though, because they still saying it's a big Xbox game. Now, I was like, just give them Redfall, right? Because that'd be absolutely hilarious.
That's not a big Xbox game.
No, but that would be absolutely hilarious. Just for the memes, right? Just for the memes. But
who would put that over there? Because they already shut the studio down that made it.
I mean, Xbox could probably do it. I don't know. Someone in Bethesda. The other one was Starfield, but then I had an outside thought. I was like, what game didn't do well that is actually available? Hellblade 2. Wouldn't you want to put Hellblade 2 onto PlayStation? Because that's more up their alley, right?
I don't think, if you look at the 4 games they put over there already, 2 are live service games and 2 are single player games. The 2 single player games on PlayStation did not do well. The 2 live service games they seem very impressed with, and that's Grounded and Sea of Thieves. To me, my opinion, I think now anything they got that's live service, they're gonna put it over there because they feel like, well, that was, you know, from their little test group of 4 games, those were the games that were successful in the PlayStation community. So whatever it is, I think it's gonna be multiplayer and it's gotta be live service.
I was thinking the only reason I was thinking Hellblade was because it underperformed, right? It really didn't sell. It really didn't do nothing. So if you want to recoup the money, you'd probably want to put that on the PlayStation because I'm sure there will be people on PlayStation who will buy it because they love the first game. So they probably want to play the second, right? So I'm just thinking you could put something like that over there as well as a Halo Master Chief Collection, right?
You know, I really don't. I'm gonna have to, you know, like begrudgingly agree with Gregor in the chat here. Hellblade 2 really isn't up anyone's alley. Like, let's just keep it a buck here. Hellblade 1 was impressive for like the 6.5 people, I'm exaggerating, that did it. It looked good.
You are such a hater. Sorry.
I am. But no, but it's just like a lot of people were just like, okay, that was cool, but I didn't like this, I didn't like that. The voices kind of freaked me out, and you know,
the voices.
People forget it didn't really sell great. Like it sold like 1 million copies or something like that. Like that's not like it didn't set the world on fire. So they do a sequel, and it's not like hitting the way people there's some people who didn't like it, like the first one better. That's subjective. That's everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. It's one of the best looking games ever created, but that can only go so far. The game is short as hell. And it's just like, well, why would this sell great on PlayStation when the first one didn't sell 1 million copies on PlayStation? Hellblade 1, I'll double check its overall sales, but on all platforms, we're talking PlayStation, PC, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. That game didn't sell at least 5 million copies or anything like that whatsoever.
I'm thinking if you want to put a game, obviously the obvious ones are like Starfield, right? But I'm just thinking in their head, they could be like, well, let's put Hellblade over there and try and make some money at least, right?
Okay.
Make some money back.
When they bought Hellblade, and I imagine the sales for this have not moved much because this game is pretty old, but when they bought Ninja Theory, Hellblade, they announced that Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, which is the first one, sold just over a million units. And that's on Xbox, PC, PlayStation, and it eventually came out on Nintendo Switch. I don't see how anyone would think that's going to be a major seller. I mean, clearly they didn't think that either because they didn't put no marketing behind it.
Well, true, but I'm just thinking they could make something,
Yeah, and then what about okay, so was it
Pentiment?
Pentiment.
Was that a big seller? Let's
No.
look at the games
No.
They already
that
put
wasn't.
Pentiment
on.
probably sold even worse.
Yeah, let's look at the games they've already put on PlayStation so far. There's nothing saying that it has to be a major game that sold a bunch, because they're clearly willing to give away anything. But no one is saying that it's not a major game either. But at the same time, this is still the same Xbox were for years biggest E3 ever. So it's what's big to them? I don't know, man. So
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's because you need to recoup some money somewhere, and even if you only get 500k sales on PlayStation, that's 500k more than what you already got, right? So I mean,
I just think they wasted their time if they put Hellblade 2 over there.
I think they're not
going to market it. They're not going to market it, and you already know what the first one did on a much bigger community because they're not going to put it on last gen because they didn't put Hellblade 2 on last gen Xbox. So you're just putting it on PS5. On PS4, with a much bigger player base, it didn't do 1 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they should bother with that, but.
I
still think it's something live service. If it's not Forza Horizon 5, which I think would be perfect on PlayStation, because I've already said this, just letting one game go over is you've basically killed your Xbox console at this point, and the negative game console sales have kind of proven that as far as I'm concerned. But so you already put one game over, you might as well let them all go. And at this point, Forza Horizon 5, I think would do really well on PlayStation. It would be the best arcade racer on the platform. I think a lot of PlayStation gamers would love to play that. I think it would bolster their monthly active users in that game, and I think it would sell a lot of copies. More than Master Chief Collection. I think Halo is. It's the old guy. It's the old guy shooter. Let's just keep it a buck. It's the old people like myself.
There's a lot of old guys playing on the console.
Yes, and also because it is Halo, people will instinctively probably go for it because it's always the franchise that has never moved from Xbox. It's the same thing as Gears of War, right? I think Gears of War would sell complete fire on PlayStation. And I think Halo would do the same because, it'd be kind of like, oh, yeah, I could finally play Halo.
Yeah, I hope that's not true, Texas. Hellblade 2 had a $10 million budget.
No way.
Oh,
no
my. Yeah,
way.
that better not be true.
How
are you pensioning your Microsoft?
What's going on, man?
What? That is terrible. That is that's less than. Okay, Control by Remedy cost $33 million.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Wake 2 by Remedy cost 60. Ain't no way Hellblade 2 took how many years? 5 years to come out? And you only spent $10 million? Nah, I can't see it. You would have spent more than that $10 million on just the salaries and benefits of the team making the game alone. So I just can't see it. Shoot, the licensing fees to Epic to use the Unreal Engine 5 probably cost more than that. I can't see that. I don't think that's unless you've seen something, Texas, that shows that. Please let us know. I just don't. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, whatever. I feel like all of the annoyance and anger should have been expressed initially, like when all this stuff was first happening. I do believe I was like, I feel like this is a mistake. I think did I go through the stages of denial? I was like, I feel like this is a mistake. And then I was like, well, it's only these 4 games. And then now I'm just like, well, all right, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like, you can't keep getting upset about the same stuff over and over again. I mean, you can,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not. So,
I mean, to be fair, like all of the games are coming over at some point, but the games I'm
mhm,
interested in, I gotta play day one, so it really doesn't affect me because they're coming to
mhm,
PC day one anyway. So it's
because
like,
you're a gamer.
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and I have
exactly.
access to everyone's games, and
Mhm,
I'm not bound to the console. So,
exactly. No, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, it's the same thing. If I want to play a game, I'm gonna go out and play it. I'll do what I need to do to play it. If I need to get the console, if I need to get the system, I will buy it, and I will in order to play something I'm really interested in. So I definitely understand where you're coming from there. But yeah, it's like I a lot of these games that are going over to PlayStation, I don't care about because I didn't play any of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
mhm.
just kind of like whatever. I can understand like other people being upset though, for sure.
Oh,
For
Yeah.
I
sure.
can understand if you're upset if you're just an Xbox gamer and you're not anywhere else.
Yeah.
I could see that, but like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like if you're fed up of games skipping your platform, because a lot of the JRPGs that release are always when they're announced, it's always PC or Steam and PS5, right?
Mhm.
You see it all the time. No Xbox in sight. So if you're fed up, just get yourself a PC because you get everything of Xbox. You don't have to pay for play online, and all these JRPGs that skip. Guess what? They don't skip PC.
No,
Come
I hear what you're
on,
saying, and I do
just
agree
sell
with you
yourself.
as someone with a gaming PC. But that being said, it's just kind of like thinking on it. It's like for the most part, when someone years ago mentioned like troubleshooter gamers, basically, because you know what I'm saying. Like, do you know how long it took me? It wasn't a long time, but my Realtek audio driver was fucking failing, right? And I could not. I was like, why is my driver doing this? And so because the audio was making it so I could not hear you guys, you sounded like you were 16 years away. So I had to switch to a different headset. So it's like stuff like that where it's just like, again, I work in IT, so I am more willing to do the fucking random troubleshooting I need to do to figure out what's going on with my device, right? A couple of months ago, slow-mo, I showed you my fucking mouse was going crazy, and I
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
booted
pretty
into safe
wild.
mode, and when I was in safe mode, the mouse was normal. So I was like, how do I make it so my mouse stops doing this bullshit, right? So I had to uninstall a bunch of drivers. It was just an entire night thing, right? And then with my fucking ROG Ally, I realized that the Xbox application on PC is just trash, but I was having some
Yeah.
issues with that shit too. My Persona 3 reload was running like garbage, and I was like, "Bro, come on." So, anyway, like as simple and easy as it is for us to say, "Well, just get a PC," which I do agree with. I think people should just transition to PC. There's a lot of things that you'd have to contend with and be mindful
Mhm.
of and, just be aware of, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of freedom when it comes to PC gaming. I actually genuinely enjoy PC gaming. It's a couple years back, I went on a little PC gaming spree and play like, I think it is the ideal way to play games from the 7th generation, AKA one of my favorite gens, you know what I'm saying? So, I love it. I do genuinely, but at the same time, there is a lot that goes into it. And I feel for those console gamers who would just prefer to be able to play on their console without having to worry about, is this game going to run better on this system than mine? Do I regret having this system over this system? I can't afford both, which I feel like is a valid concern as well. But then again, gaming is a very expensive hobby, so there's also that. You know what I'm saying, though.
Hey, that's a good segue, though, Luca.
Go ahead, buddy.
Stuff not working on consoles correctly. Black Myth Wukong. Why is it all the review copies are on PC? No, I watched RGT's video. Shut up, he did it. This has happened a couple of times with games. Anyone remember Cyberpunk? All the review copies were only on PC. There was no console in sight until day of release. Now, why is Wukong only available to be tried on PC? And even then, they're having technical issues on PC. Like, it is a technically demanding game. So this leads to the question.
It's half technically demanding and half really unoptimized. Just keep it
that as well. Yeah, I mean,
I watched the hardware unbox video earlier today where they benchmarked the benchmarking tool for Black Myth Wukong through Steam, and good grief, like how is it a 4090 with native 4K is only getting like 80 frames per second? Like, what is happening here? Like, you literally, unless you're forced to use an upscaler on that game, unless you're going to play with less than max settings, and you got a 4080 or a 4090. It's just,
yeah. I mean,
it's and granted, they don't have the drivers specifically for that game out yet. And it might be a day one. I'm fairly certain it's going to be like a day one patch for it too when it comes out next week. But as of now, that game is probably one of the most demanding games to ever release. And we got people out here thinking it's going to run native 4K, 60 frames per second on PlayStation. High as a freaking kite, you are. Like you do some hardcore drugs. People who believe that, like.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, you think of all the Unreal Engine 5 games, Dragon Dogma 2. We saw that run on console. I mean, it ran pretty bad on PC. And I can only imagine how that ran on console. Then you have, like, all the Unreal Engine 5 games seem to be really taxing the hardware. Even PC, you know, if they're very optimized, it runs pretty well. But if they're unoptimized, it's a shit show. And it's going to be that way probably until the 50 series cards come out, and even then it'll probably still be a shit show. So it's just really spooky when it was. I noticed that because I wasn't paying it when I was looking at the reviews for Black Myth. I wasn't really paying attention to whether on PC or PlayStation until it was raised. All of these reviews,
okay,
yeah, I didn't know until I watched the video, and RGT was like, all these reviews are done on PC. And I was like, yeah, now a red flag has gone up because they've done this before, only on PC, and the console version has been ass. So fingers crossed, the console version might be good, but I don't know.
The performance ain't gonna be good. They're just keep it a buck. Be honest. We 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks after launch, it'll be way better than it is at launch. Dude. Always happens, but it is what it is. You know, it's just not going to perform great on anything.
And the review scores were like 82, 83. So it didn't even review that well either. I mean, I'm still gonna check.
Wait, hold up.
One damn second. What just came out of your fucking mouth? Excuse me?
No, he didn't.
You did not just say that. Since when is an 82 not a good score? You're sounding like the weirdos in this community, dude. What are you talking about?
Singer, what did you say about Starfield's score? That was literally 1 point higher than Wukong.
I said it wasn't a good score.
So how is Wukong's score not a good score? It's 1 point off.
My wording was off on that. It's a good.
You think
it was a good score. It's a good score, but I won what people thought it was gonna be. All right.
Oh my God, Singer! Wow,
I
wow.
can't believe you said that, dude. I'm actually surprised. Like, what are you doing, man? What's going on? We gotta
Good.
try and stay consistent, my guy.
Oh
Oh, I am
man,
very
Singer.
consistent. That
You
was
you
just
are
the
consistently inconsistent, is what you are.
no, I am very consistent on a lot of things. That was just a
Okay.
slip. That was
Oh,
just
no,
a slip. Everyone has
okay.
one.
We'll let that go then.
Okay.
Everyone has a slip from time to time. I know everyone does. So
Yeah. Well, okay, let's talk about the reviews. So, it's at what was it, 82 right now?
Yeah. I'll double check. It was 82 yesterday. You know, it only had like 50 reviews, so it could have gone up or down from there when more reviews come in. So I'll double check it again.
Oh, cool. I have a hot take. I can't wait to have it. Yeah, it's 82. 82
Okay,
with 54 critic reviews is awesome. Yeah, I really feel like there is a bit of a change in tide. I feel like ever since Hogwarts Legacy, and of course there have been other journalists and reviewers who have scored a game high in spite of the controversies and shit, right? But I feel like ever since Hogwarts Legacy, reviewers are a little bit less like, okay, this has this issue here or it has this issue here, but it's not going to affect my review of the game, and I think that's actually great. I think if you're doing a review of the game, you should be reviewing the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Like anything going on the outside, it's like that's not relevant to your review of the game. If you were doing a review of the game, all right. So I just want to make sure I emphasize that and make sure y'all understand that I'm talking specifically about doing reviews, right? Because Black Myth Wukong apparently it's got this controversy going on around it. Some
so
sexism
crazy.
controversy. Okay.
Hmm.
Me personally, I was like, "What are y'all talking about?" Because I had no clue what was going on with any of that stuff. I tried reading the IGN article about it, and as I was reading, I felt myself nodding off because I was just like, "Man, this is a lot of text." You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just a lot of text to go through, and I get bored going through long streams of text if I'm not actually interested in what is being said, right? But apparently the employees and developers have been making some sexist comments for many years, and there's also an alleged suggestion that they don't want women to play its games. All right, okay. Apparently, there's some multiple references to genitalia, some sexual I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, guys,
innuendo.
innuendos. These have provoked a backlash among some in the games community, many of whom are women. The gamer also reported The gamer also reported alleged recruitment posters for game science, advertising of friends with benefits work culture, as well as a disturbing implication that fatties should fuck off. This is just so fucked up, dude. Worse still, and mind you, this was translated in what the fuck is this translate? I don't know who was let's see. Usually using translated Weibo posts. Okay, we
That's
all know
China.
how it comes to
Yeah,
when it comes to
that'd be Chinese. Weibo is a
yeah.
Chinese chat service.
I don't know, man. When it comes to fucking translations, I'm a little worried about it. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, real quick. So how is it there's like lack of diversity and people call fat shaming and stuff, and like there isn't a single human being. Well, maybe there's a few, but this it seems like it's animals in this. Isn't this based off of an actual story?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Like it's a monkey. You fighting like foxes and wolves and stuff.
Okay.
Like what are we talking
about? They don't want any fatties in the workplace because the only fatty they want to see is some fat ass, Slow-mo. Come on. Keep up.
Oh, the devs. Hey, well, look,
go on. Go out with it. Go on, finish that sentence.
I understand wanting to see some cheeks in the workplace. That's not important, clearly. And but what does that have to do with the quality of the game? I don't understand. So it's just like
nothing to do with the quality of the game, but the quality of their dicks being hard. Okay, I'm sorry.
What?
Okay, but yeah, so the thing of it is that like when it comes to these translations, I'm always a little bit okay, because I'm just like, I don't know, is this fucking accurate or not? Vaccine in the chat's like, no, that shit is not accurate, Luca. But so I'm just kind of like, all right, man. So then we have this. I'll be honest with you. If this would actually give more credence to the idea that there is some degree of quote unquote, you know what, it's fucking blatant sexism, dude. It's whatever. It's whatever. Who gives a shit, right? But it's like there would be more. There's this right here. Let me fucking pull this shit up. So let me pull this up. All right. So Game Science is reportedly making content creators promise not to discuss feminism or politics for Black Myth Wukong codes.
Wow, that's new to me. I did not know this.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so Black Myth Wukong is reportedly developers that is are reportedly trying to ban content creators from discussing certain topics in exchange for game code. So can they just not talk about it like leading up to it, or they can't talk about it?
I think they can talk about it in conjunction to discussing the game, I guess.
Oh, okay. So this is their do's and don'ts, baby. Enjoy the game. Do not insult other influencers or player. Okay. Do not use any offensive language and humor. All right. Do not include the politics. And mind you, they didn't have to outline or have their own little section for feminist propaganda, because that falls into politics in my opinion. But in certain instances, well, if it's specifically propaganda, I believe that's a political thing, right? Violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetish. See, maybe I should spend more time reading through long threads of text so I can remember how to pronounce words. Fetishization.
Yeah.
Fetish. Okay, well, whatever. And other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words such as, I will not use these words. Do not discuss content related to China's game industry policies, opinions, news, etc. So yeah, I've never heard of this particular instance where they're given like a report. I'm just like, but yeah, I believe that if they are specifically noting like, don't do that fucking feminist propaganda shit, I can believe that there's some sexism going on in the workplace for sure. Now here's my thing, right? That's every fucking gaming workplace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pretty much.
Like, be fucking serious. Like, some of them are just a little bit more blatant and obvious than the others. You know what I'm saying? Ubisoft had those sexual harassment allegations. Okay, Ubisoft, we can't make female characters. It's too fucking difficult. Ubisoft, come on, be serious. We had them. We had fucking Activision Blizzard. That was a whole expose. Their fucking stock tanked and just tanked, right? There was other things going on outside of like sexual harassment. But yeah, like, you know, that was not a very female-friendly workplace either. Fucking Bungie had an expose. They're doing, women at Bungie, blacks at Bungie, Latinx at Bungie. Like, they did all that bullshit only for it to turn out that they had a bunch of sexual harassment and misconduct going on. Like, to deliberately go out of your way, right, and be like, I'm not going to buy this game because of XYZ. I think that is perfectly valid. If you don't want to buy a game because of a very specific reason or any reason, really, I think that's okay because that's your opinion. Those are your feelings. And I think everyone's feelings are valid when it comes to stuff like this. Like if I definitely get it, right? But like literally every fucking, I'm not going to say every developer studio, but a lot of the major ones are super fucking problematic. So it's just kind of like, all right. Now, if they said something like, we don't want females playing our games or something like that, which I don't actually know if they fucking said that shit, because I'm not going to trust, like, first of all, I can't trust IGN in general. A lot of these news outlets, okay, God, not to sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying that there's been a lot of shaky reporting over the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, if they said that we don't want females buying our games, I think, like, I'd be like, hell, okay, I won't buy your game then. Like, for sure. So if somebody sees something like that and believes that the developers feel that way, and then they're like, I'm not going to buy the game, I think that's completely valid. Just like, which developer was like, if you don't like it, don't buy the game? Like, I don't know which developer was.
Saints Row.
Yeah, the Saints Row cuck developers were like, don't like it, don't buy it. You know, this is for the new Saints Row.
And now they work somewhere else.
Yeah, and it was because people were like commenting and talking about the fucking goofball ass. I'm a college student in debt, man. Don't get me started on that shit, bro. I love the Saints Row series, and that pissed me off real bad. So, like they were like, "Don't like it, don't buy it." I'm like, "All right, bet, say fucking less, dude." So if somebody believes that that's how the developers feel and they're like, if you don't like it, don't buy it, I think that's completely valid, right? I think a lot of people are too like, I'm honestly at this point, I'm just tired of this anti-woke slash woke bullshit that people be pushing. It's just a bunch of hypocrisy on both sides. We definitely saw it, especially when the fucking anti-woke streamers were like, I don't know, man, working overtime in an attempt to defend Dr. Disrespect after that news came out. Like, literally, like, I mean, guys, what does inappropriate truly mean? You know what I'm saying? And then we also saw it during the Chris Tyson situation. Everyone's looking around, scratching their heads, and I'm like, hello, are y'all gonna talk about the predator in your midst? And they're like, I heard not a fucking word from some people. Some people did longer statements, being like, well, I'm gonna wait for more information. I saw somebody saying, well, people haven't talked about Cody Ko, and Cody Ko actually broke the law, but everyone's talking about Eva Chris Tyson because transphobic. And I'm like, oh my brother. Like, literally, there were a bunch of people talking about Cody Ko, and Cody Ko, yes, did break the law, but I believe the statute of limitations is up for that. So, but yeah, a lot of people talked about the Cody Ko situation. I didn't even know who the fuck that was until he got exposed for having sex with a minor. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that there's a lot of hypocrisy on both sides. And I think, honestly, I do think one side is more vitriolic than the other, 100%. But I also think that there's some dumb cucks on both sides. And I honestly think there's a lot of people who just don't have brains, and maybe y'all are looking at me sideways because my ass couldn't pronounce a few words. But I'll be honest, a lot of the time when people are, I've noticed when people are doing podcast streams as a host and they're reading shit, sometimes they struggle, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's just a lot going on. So, I mean, those are my thoughts on it. Again, I don't know for sure what's actually going on at this company, but come on, like, what makes them so different from everyone fucking else?
Yeah, I say that if they really said they don't want women buying their games, then let them deal with their own ineptitude and stupidity. Because I just real quickly looked up the statistics of how many women are gamers, and here it says the total online population, 72% of women play video games, and 36% of those women consider themselves gamers. And out of the total population of gaming, 45% are women and 55% are men. So you telling me you're really going to cut your entire potential player base in half because you're an idiot? All right, well, you can live with your own stupidity. So if they really said that and you were interested in the game and you're a woman, don't buy that. Let them go, let their game fail, if that is the case. It's just because that's pretty freaking stupid when you have people that may particularly like actually enjoy the game that you spent so many years working on, but apparently you don't want that money. Well, all right, well, we'll live with that. So I just find that odd, but
yeah, so it's just like, there's some folks who are like, well, I don't care that they said it because, fuck these whores. I don't know who said that. I don't know if anybody said that. I was just being silly. Honestly, who cares? Like, if you don't want to buy the game, don't buy the game. If you want to buy the game, buy the game. Me personally, until I know for sure, like, okay, I'm not even gonna fucking lie to y'all. What games do I play is the real question. All right, I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you guys. What games do I play? I play Elden Ring. That's it, man. That's it. I am not a gamer anymore, in my opinion, just because I just don't spend my time gaming. So I definitely don't fucking care about this, in the sense that it does not affect whether or not I'm going to buy this game because I'm not going to buy it. Now, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's kind of whatever. I mean, yeah. I mean, what do you think, Singer?
I mean, the whole, it's just the same shit. Different day. And that's why I think, literally, it's just the same shit, different day.
I need you to add more so I can respond to people in the chat, my guy, please. Like just throw in some bullshit rhetoric if you need to. Be like, I don't have an opinion one way or another because I'd rather stay out of these conversations. Just start adding that stuff. You know, just say something because I need to reply to people in the chat and I can't have dead air. So if you could just figure out some bullshit to say, I'd really appreciate it. Not even like I'm not even saying this as in a mean way or anything. I'm not intending it to be like that. I just need some filler. You know what I'm saying? So.
Like which part though?
Anything.
I mean, anything. Sing.
Anything
You know, it's fine. He ain't got nothing else to say. It's cool. It's cool. Hey, look. I think the game is a bit. I'm not gonna say overrated because I haven't really played it yet, so I don't know for certain. But I'm interested in the game. I'm gonna get the game, whatever. But as we already said, like a lot of the sentiments that they may have been putting out are things that are echoed from other developers and other publishers, and it's their culture as well. But the people who seem to make a big deal about this aren't making a big deal about those other developers or publishers, essentially because they like their games better or they actually care more. It's very much
trying to get
like,
a code because they're trying to be in the community more.
Right, and it's we saw all this with Hogwarts Legacy with people making a big deal about what you call them, the author of the books who has nothing to do with the game, directly. Yet we see actual like publishers being partially owned by countries that do directly do a lot of things to affect the games that they are financing, as well as marginalizing particular communities. And it's just like complete silence because, oh, that's Nintendo. Oh, that's Capcom. I like them. So I'm going to be a hypocrite now. I mean, it happens all the time. So it's no shock that is what's going on here, because it's continue to happen every time these conversations pop up. And then when you call people out on it, they make up every excuse in the book to justify their hypocrisy. Go ahead, Luke. He's about to say something.
Yeah, let me grab this. Shout out to Black Metal Gamer saying mobile is a huge factor for female games in the percentage. I can agree with that, man. Those women love that fucking Candy Crush, my boy. They love that fucking Candy Crush, right? That's something they play, right? No?
I guess.
What do you know about female gamers, Slomo?
What the heck? I mean, I said I guess. Like what I know is what I found statistics and I sent you a link on.
Oh, okay. I
know.
I was just curious. I just wanted to know.
Said it like, what do you know, huh?
I was just curious. I was just making conversation. Okay, so Slomo sent me this link.
You don't know shit about female games. Go ahead.
I don't know what this source is or where it's from, but high level. What is that?
They do statistics.
Are they credible?
People use them.
Well, that doesn't mean they're credible, but I appreciate it.
It was the top link when I Googled
I appreciate
how many women are gamers.
No, I understand. We examined the total online population surveyed for 2023's Global Gamer Study to discover the state of women in gaming today. Out of the total online population, 72% of women play video games. That figure is 81% for men. Out of the total cohort, they say that says they play video games, 45% are women and 55% are men. Half of women players are also payers. I know that's fucking right. Among players, 35% of women consider themselves a gamer, while 31% of women say that other people call them a gamer, whatever the fuck that means. Women and men who play games consider diversity in games important, with 65% of men and 62% of women affirming this point. Nearly half, 44% of female players play only on mobile platforms. Exclusive mobile gaming is more popular among women than men. All right. So thank you. I appreciate this, my guys. Thank you. So yeah, it's kind of like whatever. The only color and the only thing that should matter to people is money. So I don't even know why you would like, you have to just, I think you have to be pretty dumb to ever let it slip that you don't want one group or another playing your fucking games, dude. Like, come on, let's turn this on. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, as it stands right now, I am curious to see how the game will run on PlayStation. I don't know if it'll affect it one way or the other. But yeah, when it comes to this controversy, I don't know what makes them so allegedly so different from these other corporations and these other companies that have all of this disgusting bullshit going on in the background that we know for sure is happening because it's been confirmed, right? Like people who are credible and actually do good work have confirmed that shit. People who work at those corporations have come out and said it, right? And so with all of that information where it's like a mix of both, right? It's just kind of like, well, I just think it's silly to try and make a point, and it's fine if you want to. Try to make the point that you're deliberately not buying something because a company has certain viewpoints that are sketchy, but then you go and you buy something from another company that has viewpoints that are fucking sketchy, dude. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. All right. I think it should be either you have standards here, or in the sense that, like, any place that has weird shit going on, you're just not going to support it, or you're just like, well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, like, it is what it is, bro. You could not catch me working in this trash ass industry. I'm not going to hold you, man. I don't know how these people do it. But yeah, that's it from me. Okay, let's talk about hello? How do I share my screen? Okay, so Jeff Keighley, the Keelator, the Percolator, the man. No?
No.
No, none of us like that. No, go ahead.
No.
She just not gonna speak now? Oh, she muted herself. Oh,
Damn. Okay.
anyway, all right. So
Yep.
Jeff Keighley, games confirmed for Gamescom opening night live appearances on Tuesday. That will be August 20th. She's, oh my God, not me yapping and my headset is off. I mean, you probably weren't saying nothing of importance, Lucas. Okay. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be there. Monster Hunter Wilds, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Little Nightmares 3, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. No one cares about another Dragon Ball game. Batman Arkham Shadow. What is that? Is that like a VR game or something? Who cares? Anyway, Dune Awakening, Marvel Rivals, Squid Game. They made a game off of this. Good God. New game from Tarsier Studios. Who the hell are they? Civilization 7, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and more. So, like, I would say 80%. Maybe that's too much. 60% of the games he mentioned, no one really cares about.
That's not true.
People care about Squid Game Unleashed.
Well, the only games people probably don't care about on there is Lost Records, Squid Game, and that's it.
You can't wait to see new game from Tarsier Studios. You know who they are?
Okay, 3 on the list. That's not 40%.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. No one gives a damn about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yes, they do. Yes,
no,
I do.
No, they don't.
I do.
I do. What kind of game is that? Batman Arkham Shadow. What kind of game is that?
I don't know, but
you don't know, and you don't care, singer. Barca. I care more about Barca than Batman Arkham Shadow.
All right. Like, you have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, care about. Monster Hunter Wilds, care about. Indiana Jones,
no one cares about Indiana Jones.
Yes, they really slow-mo. Really, you're gonna say that with a straight
in
face.
The 80s, it was great.
So
the last 2 movies have megaton bombed. The last 2 movies have bombed. This game is not going to sell. I don't care how good Machine Games makes it. No one cares about Indiana Jones.
So you're telling me that there is not a single person in the chat or otherwise who is actually excited for this game. You said no one's excited for this game.
Clearly, I'm using a massive slathering of hyperbole on that. But the
Of
vast
course,
majority
but
of
your
gamers do
point
not
still
care
stands.
about Indiana Jones.
It's gonna.
Lost Records is that abracadabra guy? I'm sorry, I'm messing names up. You know who you are, okay?
Jesus.
Is that the game that is the kind of sequel with the main character from the first Life is Strange? Because and that's the case, then I'll take that one off. People do care about Lost Records,
Right, people care about Civ 7. I do. I'm super excited. Kingdom Come Deliverance. The first one was great. The second one looks even better.
How many
Marvel
people
Rivals.
bought the first one?
What, Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Yeah.
It was
Let me
more
look
of a
it up.
PC thing, right?
It
I mean, it was on consoles too, but I don't think it really moved the needle. It's very niche.
Yeah, I think more people enjoyed it on hold up.
Oh,
Lord.
okay, never mind. It sold more than 6 million copies.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
wait, Slow-mo, you're just talking out of your ass then? You didn't actually have statistics. You just assumed because you weren't interested that nobody's interested.
Every
then.
now and then, I'm wrong.
Just yapping, man.
Every now and then it happens. Just
Right, and so Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 looks fantastic. Civ 7, I can't wait. They need to show me something because it's been a long time since we had a new one. Everyone's gonna love that game. Now, Marvel Rivals, I assume it's just gonna be the open beta announcement date. So everyone check it out. It's a fantastic game. It's peak Overwatch. Dune Awakening, I'm on the fence, but it could be a good game. But we have to see how they execute on the game. Dragon Ball, I know tons of people are hyped for that. Tons of people are hyped for that game. So I know that one's there.
I know what Lost Records is. That is not the game that's a spinoff from Life is Strange. And no one cares about that game. I remember seeing it now. It's all about like music and stuff. And it's just like, it made no sense. When they showed the trailer, it was like, what's the purpose? They were like skating and like listening to music. It was just like, is this a game? What are we doing? Like, it's dumb. No one cares about that. Go ahead, Singer.
But yeah, so
you didn't even know what the game was, and you was like, people care.
A majority of those games do, though. There's like 3 that people don't. Okay, so yeah, you were wrong. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, opening night live is looking pretty stacked. I mean, I know it's games we already know about, but if it's more in-depth stuff on like a few of these games, that'd be nice. So overall, it is a really, really exciting time. I like it.
Sweet, man. I'm glad that somebody's excited.
That show's gonna be boring as hell.
No,
I'll watch
and guess
it.
what? And your ass will be watching it. Yep, exactly.
I'm not going to stream it though. I'm not. I refuse. I'll watch it though.
Gotcha. Yeah, like you guys already know. I mean, for the people who've been here for a while, I do not give a fuck about this shit. So I am definitely not going to be watching it. But I will, check out the trailers after the fact. I guess a lot of people are excited for this Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I see a lot of
because Akira Toriyama died. Yeah.
Well, no, people were excited before then because it's been big in like the anime community and the anime space. So I've seen a lot of anime YouTubers and anime Twitter users discussing it and such. Big anime Twitter accounts discussing that. Dune Awakening, if it has an interesting story, I could, in theory, be interested in that. As for the rest of this, okay, like these a lot of these are looking like PC titles, you know what I'm saying? So I think that I know that's why.
I think Dune Awakening is a PC title. I think it's more like an MMO, if I remember correctly. That game is kind of something that I think would play better to the PC community. But so Civilization 7 as well,
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, to be fair, that is a lot. But then you have like Monster Hunter Wilds and all these kinds of games, so that's for everyone. So I think he's got a good collection there. I mean, to be fair though, a lot of these games have been landmark games. Like Civilization is a huge landmark game. So because they don't come around every what 6 years or 7 years you might get one. I don't know. It's been a long ass time since Civ 6 has been out. So
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember playing, I think, a Civ game on my iPad a long time ago. Can't remember which one it was, but yeah. Anywho, shout out the vaccine with the $2 super chat says Squid Games got me triggered. They missed the point. Elaborate on that vaccine. What you mean by that?
No, I mean, they definitely got the point. They just don't care, Vac. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I think like the point was very easy to understand. People just don't care, you know? It's basically like watching the suffering and desperation of people who are in such
Oh,
need
I've
of
seen it. Yeah,
such
but
need
I
of
just
money that they need to they allow
debase
themselves to be
themselves.
debase
Yeah.
themselves, allow themselves to be exploited for the chance. And it's supposed to serve as a cautionary tale, right? But the fact that they're going to continue making the show. They got the Beast games, allegedly. I don't know if that's still going on. They have the Beast games in the works, and now a game on it. It's just exploitative. So I feel like they understand the point. They just don't care if it means they can make more money, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
yep, okay. Oh, Dragon Age Veilguard. So I was one of the people from the beginning who was saying I don't care about the fucking stylized trailer. These fucking dorks complaining, oh, it looks like Fortnite. Oh, it's this, that. Like all these fucking dorks going on and on. Like it's like, have you never played a Dragon Age game? Literally all their fucking trailers are stylized, except for what? Did Inquisition have a stylized trailer?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they all
so
do.
all right,
Yeah.
so I'm just kind of like, man, like I'll just wait for the official gameplay trailer. I'm not gonna be concerned about whatever shit they put out because Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Origins, those like reveal trailers, stylized trailers, whatever the fuck, do not actually look like the game, right? So it is what it is. So I was like, this looks interesting. I'm willing to give BioWare a shot, I guess. I guess I'm willing to give them a shot. You know, I'm gonna wait for the game to come out and I'll see what those reviews are saying. I'll see what Slow-Mo's saying because he's the only one I trust when it comes to Dragon Age. And,
As you should.
you know, we'll see. We'll make sure that game is running well on the consoles or the PC. You know, a lot of things have to go right in order for this to be a good game because there's a lot of people, you know, they're kind of shaky on BioWare too as well. I did say like very vehemently and passionately, I was like, fuck BioWare. I'm never buying another one of their games after the Anthem debacle, especially, right? And after Andromeda, which I played quite a bit of Andromeda before being like, okay, you know, let me just turn this shit off, right? Those goddamn puzzles, man, they really fucked with me, you know? But anyway, so it's just like, you know, yeah, Andromeda did not have any compelling side characters either, in my opinion. That's just me though.
You still there?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that my audio is still connected, man. I wasn't sure. I was just waiting for someone to say something.
What? You just cut it off mid
I'm sorry.
sentence?
I'm sorry, man. Yeah. So Dragon Age Veilguard looks great. Like, yeah, I'm interested. You know what I found annoying? I was watching someone do a trailer breakdown, and this fucking gooner ass cuck could not get his mind off of tits and ass for long enough to just do the trailer properly without having to insert his own commentary. He was talking about the girl, the Asian character name is escaping me. He was like, "Oh my goodness, an Asian woman, and there's tentacles in the game. Oh wow!" And I was just like, "Oh." KYS. Like it was so cringy. And then like when he was talking about like some of the statues, he drew like a picture of someone holding boobs. I'm like, this is what people have to do in order to be popular. This is what they gotta do. Like this dude, he was pissing me off because in between just analyzing the trailer, he would just insert like his stupid commentary. And I'm like, damn, this is what people like, I guess. Like people are into this. I guess it's me. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just outdated, man. Maybe I'm just not hip and I don't know what the kids like, you know? So I have to watch some more trailers breaking down more videos breaking down the trailer because like by people who will not piss me off. So I think it looks great. More? Do you see more again?
I have not watched the whole. I feel bad. I have not watched the full trailer.
Oh,
So no, I haven't seen more.
can you go watch the trailer real quick so we can discuss it? Or?
Okay, I'm watching. I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, so I just, I'm excited I'm, cautiously excited for it. I'm willing to give BioWare another shot, I guess. They really have to do it for me. The game has to work, like, minimal issues in terms of bugs and stuff. It has to run properly, and most importantly, it needs to have a good story. It has to have a good story and good characters. It looks like it could be really interesting with covering the was it the Evanurus, covering like the old Elden gods, covering their blighted now, man. That shit sounds fucking fire, man. It excites me. You know what I'm saying? Like I love shit like that, and it's kind of like we've been hearing about them for so long, and it's like Finn Harrell was like, I'm sick and tired of y'all fucking going back and forth. I'm gonna lock your ass up in the Fade, right? And now it's just kind of like they've been stuck in there for so long. They're fucked up now, right? Like they are completely corrupted. And so it's going to be really interesting to see them come out and fuck some shit up, And with them escaping, it's kind of like, okay, so elves, are y'all gonna like, are we gonna have a better and bigger connection to magic again? I'm really looking forward to seeing what they plan on doing with this story, man. I'm definitely going to play as a rogue. The rogue is just where it's at. I might play as a mage though. Like it really depends. Like my first playthrough of Inquisition, I played as a warrior, and then I played as a mage twice, and then I started playing as a rogue, and then I just didn't finish that fourth playthrough. And then I went
Warriors are
back.
boring in Dragon Age. I think
That's
Rogue
valid,
and
yeah.
Mage is where it's at. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's minimal bugs, JB, not no bugs. The game just has to run. Like it has to run. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be 15 frames per second, you know what I'm saying? And crashing. That's all, that's what I mean. Like regular bugs are fine, right? But yeah, so I play then I went back and I played Origins. I played as a best class Tabris. That's what listen, City Elf is just where it's fucking at, y'all. And I play as a rogue as Tabris, and then I play Dragon Age 2 as a rogue. I played Dragon Age 2 as a warrior, and then I played it again as a rogue. I played it twice after that. Like I played the game like 3 times, right? I love Dragon Age 2. That's my favorite. Hot take, whatever, right? Yeah, earlier how I said that I'm not going to repeat myself over and over again and argue about the same thing over and over again. Let me amend that statement. I won't argue about the same thing over and over again unless I care about the topic. Because let me tell you something. I will argue with people all day, every day about Dragon Age 2 being a good game. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is, right? So
okay, I finished the trailer. Looks awesome. This isn't even that's not. I wouldn't even call that like a cinematic trailer. Really, I mean, it does reveal some story beats, but then they already did like an extended gameplay that kind of like plays off of this, because in the beginning where the dude from I'm terrible with names right now. Sorry. The guy that betrayed us and stop it. The guy that betrayed us in Inquisition. Solus is talking like you disrupted my ritual. Yeah, he's like, you disrupted my ritual. But like, if you're like, well, what ritual is he talking about? Well, that was actually shown in the little like mission section they did when they showed gameplay back in June, where they, you, the Rook, and your party disrupted the ritual when he was trying to essentially destroy the whole daggone world. So all that, I think they've got a really good rollout of initial trailer, although I think the initial trailer probably kind of maybe wasn't the best one, but that gameplay really hit really well with the people who were interested in the game. And I think this just kind of plays off of that. You've seen like all the dragons and all these big bosses that you're probably gonna have to fight. And them showing off a lot of the characters and story beats. I think that's fine. We'll see how it all plays together, because again, as you know, Luca, they don't have David Gator anymore. And David Gator, for those who don't know, it was the lead writer on Origins, Awakenings, Dragon Age 2, and Inquisition. And so with him not there, and he's the one who also wrote like the novels, created the lore, created just really like the world of Thetis, where all this takes place. You're now kind of relying on different narrative, people, a different narrative team to pick up where he left off, and for it to still feel like it's Dragon Age, to still feel like the writing didn't fall off a cliff. And that's really difficult to do. We see not necessarily bad writers, but whether it be in video games, whether it be in novels, or in movies, in any form of media, we see legit good writers try to pick up where other writers left off, and just their styles don't mesh, or they don't quite understand the universe as intimately as the community does, and it just doesn't work. I mean, a very famous example of this is in fantasy novels. Robert Jordan of the Wheel of Time series died before he was able to finish it, and Brandon Sanderson was tasked to come in and write, I think, the last 3 books. And fans of the Wheel of Time series hated the books that Sanderson wrote. They weren't bad books according to people who are pretty objective in the matter, but he wrote them differently than Robert Jordan did. And you look at Sanderson's work on his own, he's a fantastic writer. And it doesn't mean he did bad work or he's bad at what he does. It's just different. And so I say all that to say the Veilguard might feel different, but if they nail the execution of whatever they're doing, then I think a lot of that will be forgiven. But we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how they nail it. I do like the skill trees and everything else that I've seen. I haven't looked at the stuff this week that they revealed, but the stuff prior to that, I really dug deep into those things. And I think the combat looks like Dragon Age 2, but with far more depth and far more ability to create your own builds and diversify things. Like, you look at the way the skill trees go, and you're just like literally no one should have the same build unless you're just following someone's YouTube series or something. But YouTube build video. But it should be pretty good, I think, when it comes to that part. And I think I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens.
Sweet, man. Any interest in Dragon Age, Singer?
Absolutely.
Talk to me, baby.
Absolutely. I mean, I enjoyed the previous Dragon Age games, and I will enjoy this game. This is definitely a EA subscription until I can confirm, it's running good and all that kind of thing. Then I'd buy it on a Steam sale, right? Or any sale of that kind. Because I'm still a bit skeptical, because after Jedi Survivor, it's like, can EA be trusted to put out a game that runs well? So, we'll have to see what happens. I am interested in playing the game, though, because I'm a big RPG fan. That's why I'm like, this year is a good year for RPG fans, because you have stuff like Kingdom Come Deliverance. You have that. Unfortunately, Avowed got delayed till February. So it's a good year, and I can't wait for it. It looks really, really fun. Interesting. As you said, it looks like Dragon Age 2 combat, but more in depth. Personally, I preferred Origins and Inquisition over 2. But,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Origins is my favorite as well, but I'm cool with Dragon Age 2. I like all of them. I really like Awakenings. I thought Awakenings was fantastic. Just like probably one of the best expansions I've ever played. And as I just said to the vaccine in the chat, the combat, something that it kind of triggered me back in June when I saw like a lot of the like pushback on Dragon Age, the Veilguard, and people just I feel like, and I think there was some other content creator who said this earlier this week, that just people just love to hate stuff in gaming now. People just like they it's like they wake up and their entire purpose in their day is to hate on video games for some reason, because it just seemed like the vitriol and the passion that people had in hating on something they clearly don't play and don't understand, because some of the stuff people were saying about the Dragon Age series was so stupid and so easily like corrected, because it was so off the wall false. Like, this is a CRPG series, why did you make it action oriented? Like, but where have you been for the past 2 games? Like, what year is it? Is it 2012? Because the only CRPG Dragon Age game is Origins. Shut up, you're stupid. Like, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Stop talking about stuff that you don't understand. I don't go in and talk about World of Warcraft. I ain't never played World of Warcraft. So I'm not going to go talk about in detail and tell people the next expansion looks bad, and I ain't never played it before. So you shouldn't do the same thing, stupid. It's just like, why are people this dumb? But like, people complaining about the combat, people complaining about the characters, the art style. Every art style has been different from the previous one too. It is the theme of the series. So what are we doing here? Just, if you don't know what you're saying, just shut up. Go ahead.
Also, it's well, the modding community is going to get to work because they have done great work on previous Dragon Age games. So, not just in like graphical mods, but in like ease of access, like make stuff like the being able to bash locks open, for example. That was a fantastic
that was so fucking
mod.
awesome. That's
Because
awesome.
that's just the quality of life that is so insane. And I'm expecting it was a mod. But I'm expecting them to come out and support. So I think it's going to be a really good time, and I think you should give it a pick up. And to answer the chat, the reason why I use EA Pro is it is supporting the developers, because EA is putting their games on their day one. So I am therefore going to take advantage of the service. If you cannot take advantage of the service, then that's on you. That's not on me.
I'm gonna buy this one because I know I'm doing content on it on my channel, and so I'll definitely be playing it for longer than like a month. So I might as well just buy the game and own it outright. I'm gonna get it on Steam because I know it's going to.
Well, the thing is, the reason why I'm gonna sub to it is to see if it runs all right. And then if I'm comfortable with the way the game's running, then I'll just buy it off like Green Man or something, right? You know, Green Man will always have it on there. Or they do have it on there, so yeah.
I think this game's got a lot of potential. And I feel like this year is not like it's not a bad year for gaming, but it's clearly, coming off of 2013 that had like so many great games come out, that it seems like a down year to a degree. It's just there's not that many like 90 meta rated games that everyone is like going crazy over like that. So I feel like this might be one of those, like, kind of like how in 2014 Dragon Age Inquisition won Game of the Year. It might be kind of like that sleeper that kind of comes in and shocks everybody. So we'll see. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did.
Yeah, I think the only thing I don't really like about what we've seen so far, I just think that Rook is a dumb fucking title. I just think it's a dumb title, dumb name. Like, I mean, come on, let's think about it. You had the Warden, all right? You had the Champion of Kirkwall, right? You had the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor. Yeah.
And now we have Rook? Man.
Hey, Rook. It's not the same. But if it like halfway through the game, he gets a title like, the executioner of Tevinter or some shit, then it's like, all right, well, cool.
Yeah, like, or I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out here. I'm not saying this shit is cool, but something to do with killing elven gods or something, or killing those blighted dragons. Like, come on, man. Like, it's fucking dumb, bro. But I'm hoping that
Yeah.
maybe that is the case. We get a cooler title because usually in these games, I believe, yeah, not even I
That's
believe,
the
yeah,
theme. That's
it's
the
a theme.
theme. Yeah.
They get secondary titles. So
Yeah, like the
Hero of Ferelden, you know.
yeah, Hero of Ferelden. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, the hero. So when someone says the Hero of Ferelden, you if you're a Dragon Age fan, you immediately know they're talking about the main protagonist in Dragon Age Origins. If someone says the Champion of Kirkwall, people just know you're talking about Hawk. You know, it's just that title carries weight within the universe. So clearly, I think Rook will have some title at the end that will, have his name living.
Same for Inquisition. Inquisition was what, the Herald, and then
yeah,
and then the Inquisitor. So
mm-hmm.
man, the Inquisitor was such a cool fucking nickname, dude. I think that's my favorite one, just like off of the name. But the title Inquisitor is just cool in general, in my opinion. So, all right, okay, real quick, let's talk about Borderlands being trash, apparently. So that shit, the Borderlands movie debuted with a fucking 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is fucking insane. Insane,
I don't
dude.
think anything I've never seen or heard of a movie go that bad.
Exactly.
Honestly.
I've not either. Apparently, it suffers from I'm the director and the writers also here. We think we're smarter and we think we're better and we think we know what to do with this with the series more than what's already established. I really think it was a case of that, because apparently the Borderlands film is like it doesn't even resemble the games, right? So me and Slomo played Borderlands 2 together. We beat it together, right? We also had
best DLCs.
Die Hop in as well, and so we had fun with that a couple years ago.
Did you play Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep?
I surely did fucking not. I did not play that. But I did play Tales from the Borderlands.
We gotta do that at some point. It's probably one of the best DLCs ever.
It is the best DLC ever. Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep is just, the humor is spot on. Everything about it is spot on. It is absolutely hilarious. I was dying laughing. It's well worth it. Like, Borderlands 2 has the best DLC out of all the Borderlands games, just in general.
Oh yeah.
Like, no question.
Sweet, man. All right, so Borderlands, the film, grossed only 8.6 million domestically during its opening weekend, which is super fucking abysmal, and less than 2 million internationally. Now, the reason why this is abysmal is based on the budget of the film. So apparently, Borderlands has a budget. Guess how much the budget was, guys? Let's
115 million.
Oh, you already knew?
Yeah. yeah.
You could have at least made it fun or something. I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know. 200 million?
I mean, it could have been 200 million, with a reported budget of 115 million, not including the marketing. Honestly, it could be closer to that than if this is not including the marketing, right? The film is expected to incur one of the largest box office losses of 2024. Who directed this? Was it Eli Roth?
I heard that he might have done it. Maybe I'll double check. It may have been somebody else though. Let me take a look. But no, yeah, it's whoever did it, definitely. Eli Roth, you're right.
Yeah, get that fucking nerd out of other genre pieces, all right? Apparently he works well in horror. His horror is not my brand of horror. I don't really care for that torture porn shit that he be doing. I think the only one that's not torture porn is Thanksgiving, which I did not see. But like the Green Inferno,
he did
Hostel. Man,
yeah.
fuck Eli Roth. I have no interest in that. So he needs to take his ass back over there and stay out of other genre pieces, okay? Like, he clearly does not know what he's doing, all right? Respectfully. So, yeah, let's see here. There's some hope, though. The studio said via Forbes that 60% of its production costs were reportedly covered by international pre-sales. So anyway, it could end up being like
yeah, he directed Hemlock Grove. Ew.
Really?
That was well, he did some episodes of it. That show was disgusting.
Is that the one where the wolves have the transformation where they like fall apart?
I don't remember. It was a Netflix original thing back before Netflix original stuff was really good. And I mean, it was just always like, I mean, they were like, if one of the werewolves killed someone, it was just like, yeah, let's just show everything. Let's just show the entire body, half-eaten body and stuff. I'm not trying to see that. It's just disgusting. No, but anyway, like, no, Eli Roth he's hit or miss. He's got some good stuff, but this ain't it. This definitely ain't it.
He has some good stuff, really? Good stuff for you? You like his stuff?
No, I mean, like, he's done some, like, he did Grindhouse. I thought that was good.
Oh, okay.
He did work on, I don't know, he may have just been an actor in Inglourious Bastards. I don't think he directed that, but he's got some stuff that's all right. But for the most part, yeah, I'm not really with it.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, I just confirmed it. Hemlock Grove is the one where the werewolves have this transformation where it's like the wolf is like bursting out of the human. It's like the human's falling apart, like it's body parts, like, losing teeth, losing an eyeball, that kind of thing. Like that shit was so fire, dude. That's like one of the coolest werewolf transformations I've ever seen. It's super, super body horror. I mean, but transforming into a werewolf is body horror in itself. You know what I'm saying? So I really liked that transformation stuff. That's fucking cool. Yeah, that shit's pretty dope, dude. I'm not gonna hold you.
Well, that's one aspect of a show. The rest of it was trash directing, trash acting, and trash writing. So
seems like that checks out.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, great for transformations. but look, my issues with this as a massive Borderlands fan is, yeah, the characterizations are all wrong, and I knew this was going to be the case once they did the casting. It was just like, what the freak? What? Why did you cast Kevin Hart as Roland? Like, Kevin Hart is not, like, the dude just plays himself in everything. And he's a funny comedian, but Roland's not funny. Roland is a stoic, straight-laced, doesn't crack a joke. If he does crack a joke, it's a bad dad joke kind of dude. And it's just like, also, he's tall, which Kevin Hart is like the complete opposite of. It's just, why would you do that ever? And it's just like, you got 55-year-old Kate Blanchett playing a 20-year-old Lilith. You got old girl from the old Halloween movies playing Tannis. It's just, none of these actors work. And you just basically just picking like whoever popular big name Hollywood actor would, take the payday to do this movie. You're saying, sure, here, who do you want to play? I'll let you choose. Here are the characters. It's just, what are we doing? It's trash. It sucks. Randy Pitchford, insane CEO of Gearbox, is going around blocking people for criticizing the movie, blocking, everybody, blocking people in games media, acting like a weirdo on Twitter, not making any sense, trying to pretend like blocking someone on Twitter literally is not a choice. It's just like, I just accidentally did it. How do you accidentally hit like 3 buttons that it takes to block somebody? Shut up. Like, shut up, dude. You're lying. And just in general, just like, I'm not surprised that not the show, but the game, I'm not saying game and show, sorry, the movie bombed. I'm not going to go watch it. If anything, I'll wait for it to show up on digital like next week or something, because it clearly ain't going to stay in the movie theater very long. And yeah, I'll watch it then. But I refuse to really support trash. Like, I refuse to support a trash transition of a video game into a movie when we know it's not good. Like, I know there's some people who will say, Well, I'm a Borderlands fan, and I want it to do well because I love Borderlands, so I'm gonna go see it. And it's just like, yeah, I don't have that kind of feeling about it. I feel like if it's quality, then you if you will earn my ticket and my money towards it if it's quality. I didn't play the new Tales from the Borderlands because I heard about how all the characters are awful. I heard about how bad the story is, and they didn't have Telltale do it, who did the first one. The first one was fantastic. And so I said, I ain't playing it. Just, like, I think a lot of us will just, everyone is entitled to kind of do these things how they see fit, but I feel like we all would be doing ourselves and the fan bases of some of these titles and IPs a favor by just choosing not to support garbage, because that's the only thing that's really going to get these companies to do better, is that it doesn't make any money. And Randy Pitchford's punk ass was there at the set, seeing how they were representing his product, and he deserves some criticism for being there and supporting it and knowing it does not represent at all the actual game. And then for him to be last weekend talking about, oh, well, I feel so great that the community say that this awesome movie didn't represent our interpretation of this IP in the games. I'm like, dude, shut up.
This fucking dork, he does not care about those fucking games, dude. He cares about his paycheck.
That's all he cares about. All he cares about.
That's what he was glad. That's why he sold to Embracer.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, to be fair, though, he's lost his way.
But they're owned by 2K now. I hope now that, like, they're owned by 2K, and 2K is never going to be in money issues like Embracer was. That if they really care about this IP, because the games have not been good, like the past two games have been bad, and then Borderlands 3 was kind of mediocre. If they really care about this IP, if 2K, because 2K has, like, I mean, prior to owning Gearbox, and the IP, they had like a lifetime publishing deal with them. If they really care about getting the most out of these games, because this is really one of the few IP that they actually support that isn't NBA 2K and Grand Theft Auto. So, like, if you really care about making the most out of this, you might want to just get Randy up out of that CEO seat and actually have someone run that studio that has a brain and who also isn't potentially insane. Because Randy Pitchford is a freaking weirdo. Like, yeah.
Yeah, when I saw him block Paul Tassi and Paul talk about it, that shit had me cracking the fuck.
It was funny.
That was funny
because everybody was laughing at him, not with him, but it was freaking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. All right, let's do this shit again. Hopefully this doesn't crash. All right, we're good. Okay, so Meat Puppet wants to know, what's your favorite way to unwind after work? Well, I like to after work, I like to go work out. Typically, I work out 4 days a week. So I'll work out, then I'll go home and take a shower. I'll eat dinner, and then I'll just lay in bed. I'll watch some videos. I usually just spend my time watching YouTube videos, different YouTube videos. I like to watch lore videos and stuff like that. I watched a lot of lore videos for Elden Ring. Recently, I've been watching lore videos on this game called Fear and Hunger 2 Termina, and that's been amazing. So that's how I spend my time when I get home, typically. Same on the days I don't work out, I'll just go home and do the same thing, but without the working out.
Okay. For me, playing video games or watching movies or TV shows or spending time with my family. Those are my favorite ways to unwind.
Mine's the exact same as Slow-Mo.
Okay, I know that's fucking right. Alrighty, and then me puppy, you should tell us what you do to unwind. But yeah, Ronald, what's up, my guy? Saying, if you suck at your job or performance, is it bullying when people make fun of you? Well, you shouldn't make fun of people. My problem is that people are taking criticism and running with the narrative of it being offensive or bullying. Okay, so here's the thing. I think, like, okay, if you phrase it with, is it bullying if somebody makes fun of you, right? Like, making fun of someone is a very deliberate phrase, and it's a deliberate thing. Like, you're deliberately making fun of someone, right? Offering criticism or critique and then people taking it the wrong way, um, it's not bullying. You know, it's not your fault that they took it the wrong way, depending on how it's phrased, right? Like, it really matters what you say and also how you say it, right? So, like, the last few days, my users have been pissing me the fuck off, dude. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they've been pissing me off, man. And unfortunately, I have not been able to keep the rage out of my voice when responding to them. Like, normally, I'm really good at being a fake ass bitch at work, right? But last couple days, they gave me an attitude, bitch. I gave them an attitude right back. I was like, yeah, we're both about to have a bad time, right? But anyway, moving on from that. I am a very blunt person, apparently. And also, I've been told that people cannot tell if I'm being serious or if I'm being sarcastic. People tell me I come off as very sarcastic a lot, which is odd. I'm being dead ass when I say things at work, unless I'm like joking about something. I don't think I'm a very funny person. So my jokes are usually stupid and like I feel like you can tell that they're jokes. And then like other times I'll just be like talking, but I've been told that comes off as me being sarcastic and I'm like I'm being serious when I'm talking, right? So that's a criticism I've gotten. And I'm just kind of like I don't care, to be honest. Like that doesn't bother me. So that's whatever. Any other critiques I've gotten at work, this is how I've always considered it. I feel like if you make a mistake at work, the best thing that you can do is just own up to it, acknowledge you made the mistake, and then verbally acknowledge it to your boss. Ugh, do you know how much bosses love when you say, I see what I did wrong. I understand. Thank you for coming to me about it. Thank you for talking to me about it. I will do my best in the future to not make the same mistake. They fucking love that shit. So, like it's whatever, right? But like, yeah, I don't think that if you criticize someone, like depending on how you say it, I don't think it's bullying, right? But yeah, so he continues with, I don't want to say people should have thick skin, but I think if you put out content for public consumption, there is a room for criticism. There is room from criticism and a few laughs. However, sending hate and harassing definitely cross the line. This is a reference to the Australian lady who saw Save the Last Dance and thought she could mix contemporary. That radar chick from the fucking Olympics. Yeah.
Oh,
First of all,
yeah.
she deserves to be getting. She deserves it. Okay, this isn't your fucking local high school or your local 30 for 30 fucking club where you can go in there and start doing nonsense, right? This is the fucking Olympics, okay? She deserves every bit of criticism she's receiving. And honestly, Australia, what were they thinking sending her? They didn't even bother to check to see if she knew what the fuck she was doing. Honestly speaking, they probably never seen dancing in their fucking life. So maybe they were like, wow, golly gee, this is really good. So they sent her ass.
Did you watch the whole thing live? Did you watch it live?
I certainly did fucking not. I saw a couple clips. I'm like, she's embarrassing me, dude. I can't. I get secondhand embarrassment.
You don't know the
easily,
story,
dude. It's so bad.
You don't know the story behind it, Luca?
Go ahead, man.
Man, so I started to feel bad for her with the way people were like taking her and like putting her and like photoshopping her and all kinds of stuff. It's hilarious, but I started to feel bad, right? But then I found out how she made it to the Olympics, and I was like, oh no, screw her. She deserves this and more, actually. So in Australia, they didn't have like a big infrastructure for this kind of thing, committees, organizations to see who would be the best to go, that kind of thing. And her husband's on the committee with her, and they explicitly did what they could to find dancers that were better than her, were probably all of them, and it made it so they were not eligible to go, so that she could go. So you did all that so you can go there and get no points. Good.
Fucking loser. She deserves everything.
You deserve everything. They should have been throwing lettuce and tomatoes at her after she was done. Mm-hmm. That's how bad I feel like. So I went from feeling bad for her to like, nah, she can kick rocks.
She can kick rocks and fucking flip-flops, my boy. Mm-hmm. And if she did that, her ass would probably fucking trip. She'd probably do a little move with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, trash, man. I was like, what? secondhand embarrassment, I can't deal with it, dude. I hate secondhand embarrassment. So I watched a little bit of it and I was like, and I turned that shit off, dude. She deserves every bit of criticism she's getting. She never should have been up there. Of course, people sending death threats is not good. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal to be sending people death threats, bro. Like, it's not that serious. But yeah, her ass definitely deserves to get roasted. Fuck her. And that's how I fucking feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So what a fucking loser, in my opinion. But whatever.
Hey, she'll be a great meme though. That'll last a long time.
Absolutely. People have been they've been destroying her. They've been tearing that ass up. Pause. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about?
No, ain't nothing else really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm a little fucking teapot. All right. Okay. So shout out to Meat Puppet, Mr. Dolo, Yobi, Scrotum, Phil, Iman, Miko, King Metrochan, Corey, Damien, Tevin, Ronald, Dealer, MJ, Dirk, Lord Lorenzo, DC, Big Daddy, Jazzy, Dom, Duckman, Sycamore, Zion, Brisky, Light Strike, PTO, Nautical, Jet, Envy, Slummo, and Hannibal. Appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to the Super Chat supporters. Shout out to everybody who hangs out in the chat. Shout out to everyone who listens later. Great time, guys. Go ahead. Do your outros.
Good show as usual. You know, had a good time. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And peace.
All right. Sika.
Great time as always. And yeah, play some games.
All righty. I'm going to go get some fruit and lay down. I'll catch y'all later. Bye, guys.